Okay. Hi guys, my name is Tiana, and I am currently wanting to do a podcast. So I have my little setup right here at a desk, and we are going to do a little podcast. And I was thinking maybe I can do some work stories, like some stories that has happened at work because I work as a CNA, and I think that this would be a pretty nice podcast to or a pretty nice episode to do um, some CNA story time telling, since that is what I am doing currently for work. So I'm sorry that it's a little dark right now. I really do not want the light to, um, you know, expose my catfish side right now. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm debating if I should put it on this microphone stand because I really don't know where to put it if I do. I have a laptop right here. I just really don't know if, let's see if I can do a little setup here. Hold on. Okay, so hi guys. I'm sorry that now you just see my laptop, but I've been wanting to do a podcast for such a long time, and honestly, I do want to do like an hour podcast. I do want to do, at least 40-minute type podcast, but we will have to see. This first episode is just me, and at this point, I think that the podcast is just gonna be me at at this moment, because no one really wants to do podcasts with me, or if I make a plan, they never do it. But I am going to name this podcast 3 a.m. Confessions. So on this episode today, on the 3 a.m. Confessions, I am going to talk about the stories that I have been going through working as a CNA in my different jobs that I had. It might start coming off as if I am complaining, and I do not want to come off as such, but at the end of the day, it's my podcast. 3 a.m. Confessions, Tiana Hankins. This is where we're at. This is what we do. This is just what we're doing. And if anybody ever wants to call in and just talk on the podcast, I would love that. That would be awesome right now. And excuse me if I keep looking that way, because I have somebody walking right now, but I'm in a safe space. My coworker is in the living room right now. I am on my 30, and so that is why I am going to be here doing my podcast. So, first things first. I know I said this a billion times, but I'm a CNA, and I think I've been a CNA since probably 2018 to 2019. I worked at this place where I'm currently at now as my first CNA job, as my first, let's say, like facility type job. I did under the table private pay with my mom that had really good money for a long time. I did it since I was honestly like 12 years old. So I've always thought that I wanted to be a nurse. I've always thought that this is just what I wanted to do. And honestly, I'm getting so burnt out, and I just want to do total different other things that is outside of the health field once I get the chance. My husband is currently going to school as an aeronautical engineer, and about after that time, after we figure everything out, after we settle, I am going to go to culinary school, which is such a huge thing. I'm kind of nervous because it's coming sooner than later, honestly. Chancellor only has about like 15 more months left of school. So changes are going. You know how you make bucket lists? Well, I never had bucket lists where it's big changes that I'm doing and I'm actually marking them off. And it's getting kind of nerve-wracking because it's changing. At the end of the day, change is scary. Change is so scary. So yeah. So chance to just have a little bit more time left when it comes to school, and that's what I'm going to be focusing more on culinary school, because I mean, who doesn't want to cook, especially for their household? I'm married, I want kids, I want to be able to cook for my family, and I think that it'll just be kind of nice, therapeutic, once I get the hang of it. Of course, I'm not just stating this before I go to school thinking I know everything, because that's not it at all. But once I get the hang of it, once, it's in my blood and I just cook every day or every morning or whatever for dinner, breakfast, lunch, I think it would be kind of therapeutic. So, and it'll bring me personally happiness for my family. So I think that is what I'm going to do. And I also want to pick up more on the piano. My mom actually bought me a piano not that long ago. And I've been practicing just a little bit, but I've been working so much. I've been doing doubles. I've been doing 2 to 10, 10 to 6, 2 to 10, 10 to 6, 2 to 10, 10 to 6. And it's to the point to where I'm just a shell of a person. And I wonder if you can see me better with this on. Hold on. Yeah, you can see me just a little bit better. So I'm just going to have this going, but without you guys seeing it, because it kind of gives me a little bit of a reflection, not a reflection, but some light on my skin where it's not so dark, because this is my laptop on my husband's laptop for school. But since I work overnights and he goes to school during the day, I'm able to use it, which is very nice. And I also like it because it's a pretty cool setup that I got going on right now. But anyways, I keep going off topic or whatever, but those are the things that I want to do, and I've been picking it up just a little bit. So yeah. And what else can I think about? So some confessions that I have as working as a CNA. The first job that I can truly remember that I had with my mom, because we worked together, this was back whenever we had it was under the table money. So I haven't had like my CNA certified, or I haven't been working as a like in a facility type at all. So this is kind of, again, where I was just working with my mom and it was under the table. When I tell you this house was disgusting, this house was absolute garbage. And I'm not talking about the family. I actually feel bad for the patients because they were bedbound and they had family, but I don't know. It was so sad. And there was mouses all the time, like trying to crawl up on my ankles. And speaking of, there's a mouse here in this facility too, and it's pretty disgusting. So yeah, I'm not really liking that. A mouse or mice, I don't know, because I see a little baby one, but it's been a baby for like 6 months at this point. So I'm thinking that there's mice here. So yeah, but it was horrible. And one of the family members ended up wanting to take my spot because I was getting paid really good. Probably like 20 something, 19, I think. I was getting paid $19 an hour, and I was like just freshly out of high school, and I was getting some really good money. And the one of her nieces or whatever started coming in and started like dictating everything that I should and shouldn't do, and just basically just kind of being a bully towards me every single time that she came, and she just kind of bumped me out. I honestly wanted to quit because the work was getting pretty exhausting, just having her over my shoulder, knowing that she wants my job. This is when my mom left, and it's just been me working there, because she wanted to show me the ropes before I started working there by myself. And yeah, it was just horrible. And we had to drive this really big, humongous van for the two of them because they were in scooters, and we got we got stalled in the middle of the highway. So that was a crazy story there too. It took like 3 hours for us to finally get home, and that was not worth any payment. Like, that was so exhausting. Um, what else? What else? When I started working here, I was so happy. I was so fortunate. I was just ecstatic. I was with my husband still at the time. Not still, but I was with my husband. And I was just super, super, super happy. So I started working here, and I am going to be talking about pay here. I know that, especially Oklahoma, our pay is not it at all, but this is back whenever I was only making like $11 an hour, and it was very challenging. My checks would be like 6:32, and I would be working my butt off. And then these new people started coming and trying to take our hours away from us, trying to deduct some people's pay. Like the CMAs literally only made $12 an hour, which now I make way more, and I'm already talking about a raise. But not way more as in like I'm Gucci, I'm good. Let's just say working these doubles and working really hard on overnights as well, I would make about 2K. So, which I worked really hard for. So, um, people don't really like talking about money. People don't really like, and I get it for the most part, but I am a pretty open book. Oh, so, the tennis player, what is her name? Williams, but I forgot her first name. Oh my goodness. So I'm just gonna lay it out there, but my husband is a Jehovah's Witness, and I am trying to be a Jehovah's Witness as well. I've been studying for years, since 2016, and I am just trying so hard. I actually have my Bible out here because I like to read when I can. I like to do some daily texts as well. And Serena Williams. But anyway, she got baptized not today, but sometime this week, probably in the past few days or whatever. But she finally got baptized, guys. And it's just, I don't see her as an idol, but it's just so amazing how it's reaching out to people and that the truth is actually coming. But if you guys want a podcast of like, if you guys have some questions, like, and this is all respect, if you guys have some questions, I will link it down on my YouTube video below. But if you guys have some questions, I will link down my Instagram, my Facebook, and you guys can always just DM me, or you guys can always just message me on Facebook, and I will try to look at those messages, and I will answer some questions that you guys might have about us Jehovah's Witnesses. But for the most part, it's respectable, and I have a line as well that I don't want to cross, because I do not want it to be political, and I'm neutral when it comes to that, and that's a whole nother podcast, that's a whole nother episode. But yeah, so I went to the gym today, and it was so crazy. I didn't know, because I wasn't pushing myself at all. I would just go on a walk, and I'm not saying that people that do this isn't pushing themselves, but for me personally, I would just go on walks on the treadmill, and that's it. My grandma's over here doing so many miles on the elliptical and running on the treadmill, and I'm just not a cardio person. I don't know what it is, but I'm not a cardio person. I know that exercise isn't easy. I know eating healthy, taking care of your body isn't easy, because if it was easy, then everybody would do it. It's not easy. I know. But I think that I worked out with my brother tonight, or last night, because it's currently 2:35 a.m. right now. So that's why I like to call it 3 a.m. confessions. It just kind of sounds better, but I'm honestly doing these confessions when I can. But it's going to be around 3 a.m., just so you know. But yeah, so I was doing the one that goes like this, like And I was doing close to the range or the weight that my brother was doing it at. And he was like literally so like speechless. He was like, "What? I didn't know that like you can do that much." And I was just telling him, working as a CNA, you use your upper body muscles, and without even thinking twice about it, you be lifting people up with your arms and just like put them in bed, put them in the wheelchair, like without even thinking twice about it. So it really had me thinking, and I was just like, yeah, because that's how we are, as CNAs. Like, we just have that superhero type of vibe going on. But yeah, so I've been really needing to go to the gym. What else has happened? Yeah, I've been working here. Then I worked with a cute little lady for about a couple years, and then I came back over here because I'm done with under the table money with that 1099 crap. I just want a place that takes out my taxes for me, because that was just its own thing, that it was trial and error. But I came back making a little bit more than what I made with that little lady, which is nice, and getting taxes taken out, which is awesome. So I can have my taxes at the end of the year. So I think that would be really cool as well. But I know that this podcast was everywhere. I kind of need to get back. I used a little bit of my 30 minutes earlier just doing my own thing. You guys see, I had my Bible, I had my notebook, and I was just doing my own thing. But I really hope that you guys enjoy my podcast. It's going to be a little bit like this, just talking, maybe just with me until I can find a good partner to do a podcast with me. Again, I've been really wanting to do a podcast for a while. So thank you so much for watching and listening. And you guys can find this on YouTube at my channel, Tiana Hankins. It's Tyyyana Hankins, Hankins. But I do hope that you guys enjoy it, and I hope that you guys have a magnificent night or day. And I love you guys. So thank you guys for watching. And I will probably have another podcast video. I'm debating if I want to do one every week or every day, every other day. So I can't really promise you exactly how often I'm going to post, but it's not going to be every month. It's not going to be every 4 weeks. So I am going to promise you that. But again, I hope that you guys enjoy. Sorry for this podcast being everywhere. But I love you guys. Bye.